Okay, we're working on the Chaos Quilt Block 2. And so in our drawing, if you watched the last video, so this is the second video, we are doing the 4-patch Sawtooth. And so we're going to make, just like we did on the first one, I'm going to go ahead and do this with all of them just to kind of help. And so this one actually shows it's an 8-inch block, but I'm going to do a 16.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our graphic paper and we're going to draw. I'm going to kind of lower you guys down just a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And so I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the last one. We're going to take 4 blocks, so 4 little bitty blocks that are on my graph paper, and that's going to be 1 block. And I have 1, 2, 3, there's 4. I don't know why I counted that. So there, there, there. And then there'll be 4 across. 2, 3, 4. And so you can make this bigger if you want to make it bigger on your paper. I'm not. I'm just going to go with this. But I'm going to do my blocks 4 7/8 by 4 7/8 because these are triangles. And so if I was doing just a regular square, I would have them 4.5 by 4.5. And so we're going to take and we're going to make our triangle. They all go this way. One is a lighter side and one is a darker side for this. And so what I'm going to do, so they're just all like that. They go sideways. I'm going to take my pencil. I'm not going to color this in with colored pencils. Sometimes I will sit and do that. And this one here, you really wouldn't have to have a sketch. But I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm just going to color in a little bit on the darker block. So this will have 2 colors. So I'm not doing anything drastic with this. I'm going to show you. So this is going to be fairly easy. You really wouldn't have to do this, like I said. So that way I'll know. So we get to pick 2 colors, and the colors that we were going to pick, let me grab my paper. Okay, so the 2 colors we got, one was dark gray and the other one was anything print. So I can pick anything off my wall that is print. And then the hand quilting thread, because we always use hand quilting thread to piece our quilt together, is gray. So this one's gonna kind of, I mean, these 2 are gonna kind of go together, but I mean, anything print can too. So we're gonna have, we're gonna cut our blocks 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. And that's all I'm gonna write on there. And this block was 4-patch Sawtooth. So let's pick our fabric. Okay, so this is where my gray stash is. So I can pick any of this fabric that I want to use. And I think I want to use something different that I haven't used. I think I'm going to use this for anything print. Hang on a minute. So I'm going to use this for anything print. And then I'm going to use this for my gray. And then we have to come up here and we have to grab a gray hand quilting thread. So this is on my hand quilting thread. And so anyway, so we're going to use gray, which I have gray. If there's a color I don't have, I probably will substitute with a color as close as I can get. If I have time to go to the store to get some, I will. But anyway, let's go cut out our pattern. Okay, before we cut out this pattern, I just want you to know that you're going to have 8 4.5 by 7 inch, 4.5 by 7/8 by 4.5 by 7/8 inch squares of the print and of the, so you have to have 8 of this and 8 of this of the gray. So we're cutting 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and we need 8 of these. See, where am I? Put it over this way. And 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. And there's 4. And then we're going to do 4 more. And then we're going to cut those in half. And then we're going to take this. Sometimes I line it up with my mat. Sometimes I don't. Do this again, and if I'm wrong on my math, I'll tell you in one of the videos. So you just have to bear with me. I'm human. I make mistakes just like anybody else. This is just part of it. It's a learning curve, and doing it on video is a lot harder than doing it by myself. Okay, so we have those. So now we're going to do the gray. Okay, it actually did call for, when we pulled it, it called for a dark gray. But I only have one dark gray up there, and the dark gray that I have up there is really hard to hand. It's not really a cotton fabric, and so it's really hard to hand quilt through. And I've done it before, but I'm not going to pick that color. So I do need to get me some dark gray. So we're just going to go with this for today. And so I'll just have to go try to find some dark grays to add to my collection. Sorry, I paused that because I want to get this all in one video. So I don't have a bunch of videos because my last one had a bunch of videos. Okay, and so we're going to cut this off, and then we're going to do our, just like the last one, I'm going to take this off. Hopefully I don't run out of time. I want to get these cut, at least on this video. So 4 1/2 by, or 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. There's one, and I'm going to do another one. Hurrying is not good for me. So anyway, 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. And then we'll just take these, line it up the best you can. And then we're going to cut this in half. If you don't want to line it up, you don't have to line it up your lines. You can just line up the tips of your square and then just cut it off. Cut it. There we go. Got one, and then we'll do the other one. You will find I'm a rebel quilter, so I kind of do my own thing. You just got to bear with me. And then we'll cut this one. And then we're ready to sew our block together. That will be in part 2, or part 3. It will be part 3.